Hello and welcome to Rev Sports and I'm joined by our team in Paris for now. Boria Mujumdar has joined us soon. Others will join us as well. India have a jam-packed day ahead at the Olympics, including medal matches in athletics and in shooting. Swapnil Kusure, after making it to the final, will now fight for a medal. We also have matches in hockey. Nikhat Zareen boxing will take on China. Badminton, Prannoy versus Lakshya, something all Indian fans are scared to watch. And of course, at the end of the day, PV Sindhu as well. So, Boria, it's a great day for India ahead, a jam-packed day and three medal opportunities. How do you think this could pan out for India?
It is perhaps the biggest day in Paris so far, Gargi. Like I've been telling you for the last couple of hours. I mean, it is a massive day, massive day. I mean, Swapnil going for a medal in the 50-meter 3P. If Nikhat gets through Wu, she's one shot away from a medal. If Satwik and Chirag wins this one against Cho and Shia, they have two cracks at a medal because tomorrow morning will be the semifinals. See, this is when Olympics becomes tricky. I mean, I've been saying this for a long time. So suppose Sift Samra makes the final. Tomorrow morning is also the men's double semi-final. Where are you supposed to be? Shooting is 3 hours away. And this is where the seven-member team that Rev Sports has here makes all the difference. Because yesterday evening, Abhijit and Rohan are back in Paris. So I've sent Kannan to shooting. So tomorrow morning, one of us will go and join him in shooting. So there'll be two people always. And there'll be people in badminton, boxing, and hockey and other sports. This is why the Olympic becomes such a challenging event to cover. But yes, what an incredible day in prospect. I will go to myself, I will go to boxing and badminton. I was having a chat with Pulela Gopichan 15 minutes back, and he said everything is good. I said, how are the boys shaping up? He said everything is first class. So the boys are focused. Lakshya versus Prannoy, don't take a call. You don't take a side. Just know that yes, Lakshya is on form, the favorite. Having said that, I think you need to change the logo, Gargi. It's the Rev Sports Hindi logo at the moment because I think there's a Hindi live on. Having said that, Lakshya versus Prannoy, you don't take a call. Prannoy, he's a medical miracle. I mean, how on earth does that fellow keep playing? I don't know. I mean, Gopi and I were chatting about it, and Prannoy, he was in hospital for 5 days. He was suffering from chikungunya. Once he got through chikungunya, imagine chikungunya. I mean, both of us know how chikungunya can be. And Shorvishta had chikungunya, and I had chikungunya during the COVID time. And, pain and depression and weakness and all of that. Now, the guy comes through that. In 10 days, is back on court. And even if he's back on court, Gopi says, now I thought, okay, he's back on court. Let's somehow resume the training. And this is 2 weeks before Paris. He calls him and he says, I've got 104 fever. So within one day, he had 104 fever of bout of viral. I mean, he's an absolute madman. And actually, Gopi was telling me, he said, I'm surprised he's here. But then he surprises himself. That is Prannoy. How on earth did he pull those matches off? I mean, yes, Lakshya is the favorite. There's no debate. But the fact that HS Prannoy is playing and standing is an inspiration in itself. Brilliant stuff. Nishan Dev taking out the Tenorio yesterday, the number 7 seed, and then he's one step away from a medal. Marco Verde of the Pan Am winner, the Pan Am 2003 medal winner, gold medalist. But I think Nishant will be able to take out Marco Verde and give us our boxing medal. Massive day, Gargi. I mean, I don't know where to stop. I mean, Nikhat Zareen versus the Chinese girl. If Nikhat takes this out, she faces Chasmat and one step away. So it is the match for Nikhat today. Today's match is what Nikhat needs to get away. And Swapnil, I thought Aishwari, I was telling you about Aishwari and Swapnil. I thought Aishwari was unlucky to have missed out by 1 point. By 1 point. But I do think that Swapnil has an incredible chance. Incredible. I was having a chat with Joydeep Kormukar last night, very late. It was about 1:30, 2 o'clock India in the morning. And Joydeep was extremely upbeat about Swapnil's chances. So fingers crossed.
That's good because that's the very performance that we want to see today. And Chicken Shop is asking here, please tell us a bit more about the Turkish shooter with no headphones, no special glasses, lenses, or equipment. He won the Olympic silver medal. These pictures are going viral of him, by the way. That on one side you have one player fully decked in equipment, and then he's there he looks like he's just gotten off work and won a silver medal.
Yeah, and people are saying Turkey has sent a hitman to the games. I mean, come on. The people are saying Turkey is just standing there and boom, boom, boom. But by the way, this guy has a lot of pedigree. Just go check. I mean, he's not a rookie that he's come here. He's a tremendous shooter. He's a tremendous shooter. I mean, and when you're talking about it, what about your own Abhinav Bindra in Rio? He was shooting without a sighter. He didn't have a sighter. His sighter broke. So you've seen people do this. So there are these incredible kind of athletes. They're the incredible kind of athletes and unbelievable. Somebody participates at 7 months of pregnancy. Oh, I mean, how on earth are you doing it? How on earth somebody's
Yeah.
doing this in shooting? These Olympic kind of athletes. They some of these stories they leave you just leave you. I mean, in awe, saying you can every day. You know, every single day you push yourself, and something is there. That's why I think who was I saying this to? Yes, Trisha yesterday. When
Yeah.
at the end of the day we were coming back, another of those 17, 8, 15, 16-hour days, and I was saying, yes, I know you guys are tired. I know you guys are really tired. Having said that, this is one spectacle you don't want to miss. And both of them, Rohan and Trisha, were walking back with me. They agreed, saying, this is like an addiction, the Olympic addiction. It's unbelievable.
Abhijit has also joined us from Paris. Abhijit, first match when it comes to today's schedule, we've got Swapnil Kusare. What are you thinking of his chances today of a medal?
He said, I'll be following the process. If I follow the process, the medal will come. What an incredible guy. I mean, I spoke to him yesterday, to his coach as well. His coach really made a good point. Like, he said Swapnil is very hardworking, disciplined, uh, but sometimes he lacked the patience. He used the word patience, and the coach have worked a lot on his patience, because there was some time when Swapnil would finish his shooting quite early, because there would be like a time for 75 minutes to shoot 60 shots, but he would finish a bit early. And then the coach worked on his patience. He said sometimes I've scolded him as well, because you have to act as per the situation. If the weather is not good, there's a wind, you should take your time and shoot. They worked a lot on his patience, and yesterday when Swapnil was about to go to shoot, his coach said, "Today I'm gonna check how patiently you shoot." After what Swapnil did and qualified for the final, his coach said, "This is the best shooting I've seen you ever, and incredible." And what I really like about this generation is they're more focused on the process, not on winning the medal. That's what even says Manu Bhaka said on the karma side, like you just give your best, don't focus on the results. So fingers crossed. Let's see. Karan will be there in Shakhtar today, bringing up the all the latest updates. Let's hope the best from.
Boria, we were talking about that Turkish shooter, right? He's 51 years old. 51. You're on mute.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been following him for a long time, Gargi, and that's why I said so. I mean, there are these constants in the Olympics. Penny Istavan, Peter Gossa, this guy, Sergey Kulish. Yesterday, when Sergey Kulish was qualifying for the 50-meter 3P, and I was like, boy, you were the one who took out Abhinav Bindra in Rio in that tiebreak. How on earth will I ever forget Sergey Kulish? So these are these constant shooters who are there. I mean, they've been there for a long, long time from 2012. You go check Penny Istavan from Hungary. You go check Peter Gossa from Hungary, rather. Check Penny Istavan, check Sergey Kulish, check Jukev. These guys have been there. They are pedigreed shooters. Pedigreed shooters. I think some of our guys will also become pedigreed shooters over a period of time. This is a fantastic stuff. And Leon Mashan, oh boy, oh boy. I mean that swim yesterday in the 200, unbelievable. And the whole country has gone bonkers over him. And why not? I mean, in that swimming pool, you know that guy, and till 150 meters he was behind, and then that final 50-meter push that he sort of did. Oh, I mean, you see these races, you're like incredible. But yes, our focus today will firmly be on India. Abhijit, I hope you know your call time today, so you might as well, after this show, get ready. I do not want a single minute delay from anybody in the team today. There's too much at stake.
Just
Yeah.
like to add, Olympic is incredible. We get so many stories yesterday. I wrote an article about Victor Lindgren, the Swedish shooter who won silver medal in the 10-meter rifle. He's actually a welder. He's actually a welder in Sweden. Uh, and then, I was just waiting for Aishwarya and Swapnil Kusale to come, but, they were taking time to. So he came, and then, there was the few journalists from OBS as well, and then we started having that conversation. How does he manage, being a welder and winning a medal at the Olympics? It's such incredible. We see so many stories. There was Egyptian, fencer as well, who is 7 months pregnant and playing the Olympics. Such Olympics is such a life lesson.
It is unbelievable. That is why I keep telling people, come to one Olympic Games. Your world vision will change. Abhijit has done 3 now, and he's an Olympic veteran. Gargi, you need to do 28. If you want to be a top-notch sports journalist, you must, because an Olympic Games, a FIFA World Cup, a Cricket World Cup, these kind of a Commonwealth Games, an Asian Games, a multidiscipline sport. This is where you learn so much. Your whole world vision changes. There's been one complaint about us that we don't take too many questions. Gargi, just take
Yeah.
as many as you can in the next 20 minutes, because that's one complaint against us.
uh, Anagra Roy Chaudhary is saying in the Olympics, how every Indian athletes are performing. I am literally being emotional seeing Shrija, Manika, how they fought. Every Indian should be equally proud of every athlete. Absolutely.
100%. And Srija against the world number one, 10-6, 10-5 in the two games. Think if you're Srija Akula on your birthday, she was howling. When she went back to bed yesterday, what must she be thinking? That I was 10-5 up, 10-6 up against the world number one? Should I have closed it out? Look at the learning for Srija Akula from last night. She will be so much better as an athlete and as a player. Now she knows she's well capable of beating the Chinese. She's well capable of beating anybody. 12-10, 12-10 after being 10-5 up, 10-6 up. Oh, Manika Batra, brilliant, brilliant. We were there watching Manika Batra, and the way she came back in the third game, and even in the fourth, in the second game she was 6-2 ahead. She was 6-2 ahead. She conceded points. Yes, she lost, but doesn't matter. The way Manika Batra and Shrija Akula have played, first time India had two in the round of 16. Never has happened. We will now play Romania, and I'm giving India a chance. If Archana Kamath can pull her weight and do something stellar to back Manika and Shrija, who knows if we can't push Romania or not? I think we can. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Anita Padhi is pointing out most shooters across the country work in other fields. Sifth Kaur was also an MBBS student. Yes, she was at the Rev Sports Conclave and she told the story in detail about how she left MBBS and started pursuing shooting, and her parents fully supported her at that point. So these
Her
are
dad asked.
incredible.
Her dad
Yeah.
asked her, "Do you want to do shooting? Do you want to do medical?" She said, "No, now that I've come so far and I've started to win, why don't I do shooting?" And Sift is an incredible person. I mean, she's one of those. I mean, I
She's been
I remember speaking to her just about a couple of weeks back, and I've been in regular touch with Sift. I'm just putting that on record. Mentally, if there's anybody who is temperamentally right up there, it has to be Sift Kaur Samra. She knows she's in the present. An Olympic medal will not define her life. She knows she has a life. There is a life. There's a life beyond a medal. There is a life beyond sport. And she lives that life. Having said that, she also knows how important that medal is. She knows very, very well. She's given everything to it. She's given everything to it. She and Anjum today in action. I'm actually predicting a final from there for sure. For sure. So let's see. I mean, in shooting, anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong, but potential wise, the Indians have the ability to make the final for sure.
I think especially some shooters and Manu Bhakar, for example, what an all-rounder she is. She's good in studies. She plays violin as well. We have seen her videos. She told me day before yesterday that I even like to cook and do all the work of house we do. Such an incredible, this crop of generation is something else. Gen Z, what we call it, and then they're everywhere. They'll do everything. They're fearless, and that's why they're winning, doing so well. And it's so good to see, especially when you knew Qualifying for the Olympic is still a big achievement. You win medals and you perform so well, Srija, doing so well extremely. So it's incredible.
Gargi, I don't know if people will understand this or not. Yes, an Olympic Games is also about medals, but look at the process here. Indian table tennis, they pushed the bar. Indian shooters, they pushed the bar. Look at India comprehensively as a sporting power, and you will
Yeah.
see tremendous progress. Tremendous progress across disciplines. You will see tremendous progress. That's what you want to see as a look at badminton. You will have a men's quarter finalist. You will have a doubles quarter finalist. You will have a
Yeah.
possible Sindhu wins today. You will have a women's singles quarter finalist. You are a badminton power. You have shooting. You have wrestling. You have boxing. So that is, you have table tennis. You all of a sudden you have like, oh wow, it's not one Indian. That's the difference.
Things are changing for sure. When it comes to multi-sport in India, things are changing. Uh, SD Zek is saying, who is a better medal prospect, Lakshya or Prannoy? Difficult question.
On form, Lakshya. On heart, Prannoy
Prannoy.
cannot be ruled out by anyone. But on form, Lakshya. That's because physically Prannoy cannot be 100%. No one can. If you've been in hospital 5 days, if you suffered chikungunya, if you suffered viral, if you suffered all the medical problems that anybody can, and then you are actually telling me that, oh, you know what, the timing of chikungunya wasn't bad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, no, if it happened 1 week later, then I wouldn't be here. So I'm always looking at that side. I mean, Prannoy is a medical miracle. Prannoy is a medical. He's crazy, boss. I mean, had I been in Prannoy's place, I don't know what anybody would have done. But to think like that, oh, it happened 2 weeks back. Thank God it didn't happen 1 week later. Otherwise, I would have missed Paris. So he's always looking at the glass half full rather than half empty. Prannoy is an absolute champion.
I mean, to be suffered chikungunya and play Olympics. Well, I mean, your bones goes for a toss. Your body goes for a toss. You have so much of pain in your body, and then to play and win, reach the round of 16 is phenomenal, phenomenal.
Absolutely. The Kartikeya Tripathi is saying, I know Lakshya is very early in his career, but when I see him playing under pressure, I see glimpses of young Lin Dan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I think Abhijit was there as a volunteer in Rio when Shrikant played Lindan, and I think Shrikant should have taken Lindan out. I mean, I remember after that match, Shrikant and I was sitting together in the outside the village, and I said, "Boss, this was your day." And that smash at 1917 or 1817, that smash, it was a killer. He jumped that match, and then Lindan and I watched a couple of games together. Day before yesterday, or one of these days, I saw Lindan in the crowd here in Paris. So Lindan's here. But absolutely, one of the greatest, Lee Chongwei versus Lindan, we will never ever forget in our
No
lives.
forget.
Nobody will forget. These
That
are
bronze medal match was fantastic. At
you
Rio,
can't forget
fantastic.
Lindan versus Lee Chongwei, David Taylor versus Hassan Yazdani. These are matches you will not forget, whatever you do. But yes, Lakshya Sen yesterday, oh, that backhand, that was a medical miracle. That is artificial
It's
intelligence in
moment.
action. That somebody called it matrix, somebody called it what, that is actually a human being transforming himself into artificial intelligence and playing that shot. So Lakshya Sen
It's
can
like
do
his
anything here in Paris.
body just, had a, I don't know what. He just went like this. How does that even happen? I don't even know. Uh, Vidita here is asking, talk about the bad management by Paris for Olympics regarding food and toilets.
Yeah, it's
Has
pretty
it gotten
pretty
any
rubbish. Yeah, we did a piece. I did a piece, and read the piece on Rev Sports. The piece is everywhere. It's gone viral. But yes, I mean, people are telling us, athletes are telling us that in the village got to stand in the queue for 25 minutes. They're standing in the queue for 25 minutes. By the time they get to the food place for the buffet, it's empty, and they're taking another long time to fill the buffets. So people don't have that kind of patience. Indians are ordering in the shooting venue. Abhijit will tell you more. There's no food, there's no water, kind of thing. Some of the bathrooms are stinking, some of the washrooms are stinking, for example, in a couple of venues. So it's not, I mean, it's so hot. The air condition is not working really well. I mean, the archery venue the other day, the air condition wasn't working at all. The basics, water, tea, coffee, the volunteers are not there, so people can't even explain to you in terms of language. "Hey, boss, this is where it is, this is that." That's not happening. Yesterday, Shormishta came and said somebody gave her a hat. I said, what do you mean? They said some volunteer was shouting this, that, whatnot, and it was saying it's very hot, and giving everybody a hat. So that was the only thing that happened yesterday. People were being given hats, but otherwise, it's been very average in terms of food and water and hygiene, and all of this has been rather below par.
Yeah, and of course, the Tangshu Sarkar is asking, talk about India versus Belgium hockey. It's going to be a tough match. Abhijit, what do you think?
I I think India gonna beat Belgium. I know Belgium are favorites. They've won 6-2 against Australia, but the style of cricket, the style of hockey the Indian men's team are playing is incredible. Um, India has beaten Belgium in past. I've seen that even at the London Hockey Pro League, India has beaten them. So I'm confident. I'm sure India will at least not lose, and I'm betting here like India can go on to beat Belgium as well because I can say against Australia we are not that favorite because Australia has always haunted us in hockey. But I think with against Belgium we have a very good chance. I'm optimistic today that India will win. And Harmanpreet, what an incredible leader comes at the important times, scores the goals, takes the morale of the team. I mean, imagine the match against Argentina. We were lagging and then we had a draw. I mean, this kind of matches really says how good are in the shape. We were not that good at the Tokyo initially. We are playing way much better than what we played at Tokyo right now. So I can see this team actually finishing on the podium, and I'm pretty confident that we're not going to lose against Belgium today. It will at least be a draw or a win.
I'm not that confident.
All
Having
right.
said that, I love Abhijit. I just love Abhijit. I love the optimism. I absolutely love the optimism. I think it's a very difficult match for India. Belgium and Australia are the two teams which are kind of bogey teams for us. Having said that, our defensive shape is superb. So our I thought Australia was over aggressive. I thought Australia was over aggressive against Belgium. I was watching highlights after that. But I do think India has a tough match on hand. Let's see what happens. We are already there in the quarters. It will depend on where we finish, and that way it's important. People are asking about Sindhu. Massive match. He being Jao versus PV Sindhu. I'm actually that one. I'm backing PV Sindhu. I think PV Sindhu will take out He Bing Jao because on form and on fitness with Prakash sir, with the work that has gone in. Let's put this on record. 5 weeks in Germany, Prakash sir being with her for 2 weeks, a 10-member support team which worked on her, reduced the body fat. I don't know when she was fat, but they reduced the body fat. They were taking blood samples twice a day or something like that to ensure that the body mass, the index was absolutely right, physically, mentally, and in shot selection. Prakash sir has worked on her so that every player has 3 or 4 shots based on one situation. Sindhu is a great player. She doesn't have to now. She's getting the shot selection right. She doesn't have to look back and look at Prakash sir. That's the new Sindhu, and that is what is working. So I am predicting Sindhu to beat He Bing Jao. Definitely am. People are writing. People are not trolling Deepika Kumari. 2 wins yesterday, trolling has stopped. And by the way, I'm not predicting a medal for Deepika. I'm not. And I also know that it will be a miracle if she does. But what I do think is she is capable of making the quarterfinals. And that's what I want, that an athlete who is not at her best, an athlete who is not at her number one best, is still fighting on. That's the process. That I am not at Prannoy, not at his best, fighting on, did not give up against Vietnam, won the match, made it to 16, might lose today, but giving the best continuously. And that's what Deepika did yesterday. I think hats off.
Absolutely. We'll take final few comments because Abhijit and Boria have to leave. They've got a busy day ahead, but let's take a few comments. Okay, Siddharth is saying, Boria sir, Nishant looked our best boxer till now. His footwork was awesome that we didn't see from other boxers eliminated.
Yeah, and Nishant is. I mean, you've seen who? Preeti Pawar. I thought was brilliant. Who did you see that who was not that great? I mean, I thought Preeti Pawar deserved to win that bout. Amit Pangal wasn't great. Amit Pangal wasn't great in that final round where he did not land too many. Nishant was. I've been saying this on Gargi's show every day that Nishant is your best bet in men's for a boxing medal. Nishant will play Martin Werder, and I think he will be able to take him out. And that's medal because Nishant is one step away from a medal. He's in the quarters. You make the semis, you get medal because in boxing it's two. So Nishant is one step away. I do think that to 2048 on 3rd August is Nishant's date with history. I think 2048 or 54, something like that. But Nishant should be able to. So midnight India, block your diaries to watch Nishant Dev make the medal round. Somebody's asking why am I saying Deepika can't medal? I'm not saying Deepika can't medal. I'm saying it's difficult because she's got the Korean in the quarters. If you read the draw, go check the draw. Deepika has a German opponent in the 16, and then she plays a Korean archer. Against Korea, it will be almost, it's like facing the top number one. Having said that, in sport, nothing is never say never. So difficult. I'll give 20-80 to Deepika. But as I said, I look for fight. I look for process. I look for fight. I look for 100% effort. That's what I look for.
Absolutely. Hirak Mitra is asking what time is the hockey match. Well, if you go on Rev Sports, any of the Rev Sports, social media, you will find the whole calendar there. So you can track all the matches of Indian athletes. What are the medal matches?
10 a.m. Paris time, 1:30 p.m. IST time.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. But anyway, I think we can wrap up this show. We also have You're on mute, Boria. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Somebody with a name here, Atanu Das, comes and says, don't underestimate Deepika. Love these names, boss. Love these names. Love them. Nobody's underestimating Deepika at all. There, look at that. Deepika is one of my favorites. Absolutely love her. Adorable woman. Adorable woman. I mean, and that interview with Sharmishta Gupta was fantastic. It's gone viral. By the way, the only interview that she's done in Paris. Deepika Kumari, just love her. And by the way, at that 36 degrees centigrade heat, ask Abhijit, he was at Envalide one day for the archery, to take her out. Yeah. Because obviously we can't do it in the venue precinct. To walk her out of the stadium and go to the park opposite and get that interview done. It takes hell of a lot of an effort for the athlete and for the journalist in this weather. So PT Usha, Abhinav Bindra, Deepika Kumari, Purnima Mahato, Pulela Gopichand, watch us, sir. We are putting in our 200% to bring you coverage of a very different level. Watch out the photographs that we are putting out, the pictures that our photographer friends are taking. Some of them, the Sindhu photograph with Prakash Padukone, the photograph of Lakshya Sen, some of the stuff of Manika Batra, some of the stuff of Lavlina Borgohain. Unbelievable. And today also, we have our photographer friends in boxing. We have them in Baddy. So obviously Kannan is there in shooting, and Kannan is a one-man army. So a lot will happen there.
Absolutely. On that note, we'll take a break because Boria and Abhijit have to leave. They have a lot to cover today. So we're going to let you guys go. But we will leave you with a special anthem by Yashraj Mukhate for the Indian hockey team. Take a look at this and have a great day, and keep following Rev Sports throughout the day. It's a jam-packed day for India and 3 medal opportunities. So anything can happen. Keep your eyes peeled on Rev Sports. Thank you so much, everyone.
Make the official anthem for our Indian hockey team. We have already won the yesterday's match, and I hope we reach the finals and we win the finals also. So this song, this anthem is for Team India.
जाड़े दुनिया को आज दिखला जा हॉकी इंडिया का परचम ऊंचा लहरा हो